Hey guys, it's Brandon here, and we're on site today in sunny, beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right here on Ocean Boulevard with all of the oceanfront condo resorts that you want to invest in. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you where you do not want to buy a 3-bedroom oceanfront condo. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'm going to show you where one of the best 3-bedroom oceanfront condo deals are in our market right now. Let's get into the video. You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. What you're seeing on your screen is a table entitled "Do Not Buy These 3-Bedroom Oceanfront Condos." Okay, let's have some fun. The Strand. It's unit 1550 and 51 and 52. Purchase price is $424,900. Rental income is $80,751, and then the HOA fee is $2,286. Now, I would not buy at the Strand because there's a 60-40 split with the on-site property manager, which is very high in my opinion. You can't really self-manage well. In other words, anybody that's renting a 3-bedroom unit is buying it for the on-site amenities, particularly at the Strand, the water park. You can't use the water park if you self-manage your unit. I would not buy it. Now, Grand Atlantic, unit 1206, $439,900. Rental income, $79,604, and then HOA fee, $1,430. Now, the Grand Atlantic's front desk will not give your guest a building code, a building key card, like an access door to the building that gets them into the elevator so they can get into the unit. There's a little swipe there to get into the building. The front desk will not, if you self-manage your unit, the front desk will not give your guest that little code, that little key card to access the elevator so they can get to the unit. Rufia Nigro, an investor I interviewed that owns 27 oceanfront condos in our market, got around this by having a lockbox close by that she pays rental income to, where people can her guests can drive to it, get the little key code, little swipe card, and then access the elevators to get to their unit. Now, this workaround did help her have some of her most profitable units at the Grand Atlantic. So it very well could be worth it, but for a lot of investors, they might not want to do that and go through that hassle and have their guests have to stop somewhere close by to pick up a key before they can access the building. I could see where that might be challenging. At the same token, on the flip side, she's got some of her most profitable units by overcoming that adversity. I like that mindset. Now, I'm going to backtrack real quick to the Strand. The Strand was a lockout unit. It's unit 1550, 51, and 52. Now, here's the deal. Lockout units are very, very flexible in their advertising. So they appeal to a very wide audience, and that gives them a strategic advantage. You can take a 3-bedroom lockout unit. When you walk into the front door of a 3-bedroom lockout unit, you can go to the left or you can go to the right. To the left, there's like a 1-bedroom studio with like a little small kitchen kind of area with its own ensuite restroom and shower and stuff. And then when you go to the right, there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit with a full kitchen. Now, this means you can advertise the unit as a whole, a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, or also advertise it as a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and then also advertise it as a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So lockout units do give a strategic advantage when it comes to the rental game. Now, let's keep rolling along. Bayview Resort, unit 309, $532,500 purchase price. Rental income is $64,388. HOA fee is $1,681. I would not buy this unit because there is it says, where is it at? Bayview has a 2-year memorandum where you must rent through on-site management if you buy that unit. So when you buy that unit in particular, the 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms at Bayview are like printing cash if they're remodeled. They're phenomenal. They're on the boardwalk. It is a phenomenal investment, one of the top 3, in my opinion, in our market. But this unit in particular has a memorandum where you have to use on-site property management, and that sucks the profit out of the deal. So don't buy it. All right, next we've got Grand Cayman, a resort unit 853, has a purchase price of $429,900, rental income $59,912, HOA fee $1,603. Guys, Grand Cayman is set too far back and the oceanfront view is blocked down the coast. It's that simple and that easy. So if you can't have that full coastal view in your listing photos, you're probably not going to make it into a top 5 oceanfront condo Airbnb rental. So if you can't be the best, you might not, you probably shouldn't do it. All that being said, the building is just set real far back and the neighboring buildings on each side kind of block you. Plus, if you're of a lower floor, they've got a building out of front that blocks the view of the ocean. Grand Cayman has a great remodel on it. It's really nice, and their units can make money because the remodel is so nice. But will you get into the top 5 Airbnb, top 5% of Airbnb listings in our market? Probably not. Now, Kingston Plantation. Kingston Plantation off-site rentals do not make money due to amenity restrictions. Guys, it's just that simple and that easy. Kingston Plantation is a great place if you want a second home. It is not a great place if you're an investor. Bottom line, I don't think I've ever seen or found anyone that has done well renting at Kingston Plantation. Not really well is what I mean. Like, you know, I'm playing this game to be the best. So I'm talking about just making great money at the Kingston Plantation. And that's, again, because your guests really are restricted if they don't use the on-site property management. Now, what you've been waiting for, that one of the best 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom deals on the market currently is over at One Resort. It's unit 1002. I've got a video of the unit. I have sold 2 units there this past year. Lots of investors. I'm telling you, One is a phenomenal investment in our market. It's unit 1002. Purchase price is $469,900. I believe you can make $120,000 a year post remodel. If it can make $80-something thousand a year with carpet in it, a fully remodeled unit will crush it, in my opinion. Your HOA fee out there isn't light. It is a whopping, hold on, bear with me, whopping $2,278. Yes, you don't have a light HOA fee, but guess what? That rental income is cranking and those units appreciate very, very well. Well, guys, that wraps it up for the best deal at the end here, but also the deals that you do not want to buy in Myrtle Beach. There are 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms right now. If you've got questions, if you want me to dive into deeper topics, please drop me a comment. Leave me a comment. Please hop on the YouTube channel, send me a text message, shoot me an email, give me a call. Let's do a Zoom call. Stop letting fear hold you back. Get in the game. I have helped numerous investors this year invest in oceanfront condos. Probably well over 30 investors just this year alone. I got to run those numbers. But the point is that you're sitting on the sidelines and time is working against you. Wealth builds over time. That's the ultimate commodity. And you got to get time working in your favor so that your money is working in your favor. And I'd like to help you do that. 843-360-1737. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden keeping more money for you and your loved ones and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. Now, you guys know how I'm always talking about Yvonne, one of my favorite investor clients. She's just real savvy. She's an executive. She knows what she's doing. She's transitioning into the short-term vacation rental game. And she's buying her second oceanfront condo with me. Now, her first oceanfront condo, she rented out over maybe a 9.5-month period, her first year ever doing this. She made $140,000 renting the unit out post-remodel. She had it off the market for 2.5 months. She crushed it. She made $30,000 profit after all of her expenses. And she did a cost segregation study and landed a $34,000 tax refund, all in her first year. Now, she is buying her second oceanfront condo with me, and she timed it as such. She's buying over at the sand dunes. She found a phenomenal deal. Her her decision criteria was really, really clear. And I kind of want to break that down with you. So we were looking at 3 different units. We were looking at the unit at Sand Dunes. We were looking at a unit over at at Compass Cove. And then we were looking at a unit over at Oceans 1. At Sand Dunes, she got a cheaper unit that could make her more gross rental income, or the same gross rental income. So when it came to analyzing the specifics of her deal, the choice was very, very clear. Does she buy a unit in the for $400,000? She ultimately bought it for $400,000. That can make her $120,000 a year. Or does she buy a unit for $469,000 at Oceans 1 that can make her $120,000 a year with lower remodel cost? So ultimately, the unit at Sand Dunes had lower initial investment. She had to put less capital in it. It had a cheaper purchase price, but it was going to make her the same amount of annual profits. And the same thing applied to the unit at Compass Cove. Compass Cove was going to cost her $70,000 at least to remodel it. Plus, it had a higher purchase price. Well, do you buy a unit, for $400,000, or do you buy one for $469,000 or $415,000 that you then have to put another $70,000 in? It becomes very, very clear what the answer is if you're using your numbers and running your analysis appropriately. We got to the Sand Dunes unit. She bought the unit. We didn't even go see the other 2 units. She stopped, put an offer in right there on the spot in the unit. We typed it up. We got it done. We sent it over. So the whole point is this. If you can get it down to the numbers, you can win. It's that simple and that easy. That's why I generate profit and loss statements. I run all these kinds of numbers for my clients so they can see the investment side by side and make a savvy investment decision. You want a broker that can do that kind of work for you, and you found one right here in me. Now, this is the time to time the market. Yvonne is buying her second oceanfront condo during the winter months on purpose so that she can start her cost segregation study, so that she can do her remodel during the off-season months, and so that there's plenty of cushion and plenty of time before that peak season hits. This is the time to invest. You should follow the example of savvy investors just like Yvonne in our market who are crushing it. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories.